The man brought his fiancée to see their newly bought wedding house. The girl was shocked to discover that the wedding house was actually her family's house. After entering the house, she hurriedly sent a text to her father to inquire about the situation. When her father saw the message, his face changed dramatically, and he thought to himself that his daughter had surely been deceived by a bad man. He quickly called his bodyguards and assistants to rush to the villa. It turned out that the girl's true identity was the daughter of the richest family. In order to be with the man, she had secretly concealed her identity as a wealthy heiress. The man, wanting to gain more from the girl, had rented a villa and pretended it was their wedding house. But as soon as they entered the villa, the future mother-in-law insisted that her son take out the family rules and make sure the girl remembered them. The family rules stated that the man didn't need to pay a dowry, but the girl had to bring $500,000 for renovation costs. After marriage, they were required to live with the in-laws. The girl was also forbidden from associating with other men. She had to quit her job and stay at home to care for her husband and mother-in-law. The girl said that the other conditions could be negotiated, but the last two demands were simply too outrageous. The mother-in-law, hearing this, added another condition. Because the girl came from a single-parent family, she was required to sever all ties with her father. Otherwise, she would not be allowed into the man's family genealogy. The girl was in complete disbelief. She turned bright red and asked her fiancé what this meant. The man explained that her father was just a farmer, and that he didn't earn much money each month. If he got sick in the future, they would have to pay for his treatment. The girl retorted that her father was actually very wealthy and didn't need their help, but the man coldly said her father was just a farmer, and was unqualified to be his father-in-law. He then handed the girl a severance agreement. The girl looked at it and immediately threw the agreement on the ground, angrily saying that she would not marry him. This enraged both the man and his mother. The mother-in-law said they had spent a lot of money on the villa, and if they didn't marry, the girl would have to compensate $500,000 for the renovation costs. The girl could no longer hold back, and she angrily yelled at her future mother-in-law. This made the man furious, and he demanded that the girl apologize to his mother. As they struggled, he noticed a bracelet on her wrist, and thought about snatching it to sell for money. At that moment, the wealthy father arrived just in time to stop them. The girl rushed to her father and complained, claiming she had been deceived by the man, and that her mother's bracelet had also been stolen. The man had always thought of the wealthy father as just a farmer, and seeing him with several bodyguards, he assumed they were hired actors. The mother-in-law also started mocking the wealthy father. In the end, both mother and son were severely reprimanded by the wealthy father. He then turned to the property manager, accusing him of letting two shameless people into the villa. The property manager immediately apologized, saying he would throw the mother and son out. At this point, the mother and son still didn't believe that the house belonged to the wealthy father, saying there was no way a farmer could afford a multi-million-dollar villa. The girl reiterated that this house indeed belonged to her father, and suggested her father take out the property deed to show them. After looking at the deed, the property manager realized the house and address didn't match, as the wrong deed had been taken. The wealthy father had too many deeds for luxurious villas, so he threw all the deeds on the ground, telling them to check for themselves. The man, seeing this, continued to mock the wealthy father as a fraud.